Okay, welcome back. It's Recipe for Crazy, Alanna and Noel. It has been a long ass time. Let's just address the elephant in the room. My mom died. Even when I say it, I can't help but cry. It's fucking horrible. This isn't the episode where we're gonna get into it. It's just not, because no, I can't say I've already processed it, because I haven't. It's going to take a very long time to process it. Obviously, it was a long time coming, but it happened very quickly. And today doesn't feel like the day to get into it, because I don't want to have a negative feeling about the podcast, because I'm trying to get back to it, because I love podcasting. I love talking endlessly into a microphone, basically staring at a wall and talking to myself, because I feel like I probably belong in a padded room doing that. So this feels like a safe place for me. So let's not talk about something triggering today. We'll do it down the line, but just not today. We have a lot to catch up on in regards to my life. But first, I just want to say, I've been watching The Secret Lives of Mormon Wives, and I love it. Not typically something I would watch. I also love that the people who made it are people that I know, and they're like the best in the biz, and I've worked with them before, and this show just is great. It's so good. I'm obsessed with Taylor, because she is just so fucking honest. She's so honest, but then you can tell there's some girls that are just so, why are we going to talk about this? Forget this. Okay, this is what we're going to do today. Shout out to my friends who made that show. So good. Love it. Already binged it, finished it, whatever. Where do we begin? Last episode, I had JD Samuels, Cuba, come on, dating expertise, matchmaking coach to the stars, to the celebrities, to the exclusive. She came on and told me about dating. I was kind of in between a potato farmer and a guy with a very large penis. So let's get to the point with that. What happened there? Okay, here's the thing about me. I shockingly have a very low body count. Like, we're talking single digits up until recently. So I'm a relationship girl. What can I say? So anyways, this guy had a very large penis, and I was very intrigued. I knew he was a head case, but I was like, you know what? You only live once. Can I go my whole life really never having a gigantic penis inside of my body? I just also wanted to know what childbirth might be like. I've never had a kid. I don't know. This could be giving me that experience. It was that big. Okay. It was crazy. Like it felt like a giant chunk of salami in the deli department. Like, it was like a meat shop in his pants. It was psychotic. So I had to do it. So I'm just going to be totally honest about how it happened, because it is actually fucking crazy. It is fucking crazy. So this dude, let me tell you about this guy. I don't know how much I've said about him, what stories I've told on my Instagram, but this is the real deal, the real story, the real McCoy. Here we go. This man, I met him on Bumble. He had a very obscure profile. I looked at his profile thinking this guy could be a killer. I also like to remind myself that men don't really know how to photograph. So trying to give him the benefit of the doubt. We talk on the phone, we vibe, we end up meeting at a bar. For the first date, you know, I don't like to commit to a meal. Okay, I don't commit to meals with people. That's a lot to ask. Okay, and not only am I saving you money, but I'm saving myself time. So anyways, we go to a bar. I get there. I sit there. The second that I sit there, I'm like, I don't like this dude. I was like, I'm going to get drunk, whatever. I go in the bathroom, call my cousin, like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't know what happened. Must have been the Tito's soda, but all of a sudden I liked him. When I saw him, he had like a little too many buttons unbuttoned on his shirt. He looked like a divorcee on vacation in the Keys. Like, he's finally letting his hair down. He had the weirdest vibe. I can't even describe it. He just had such divorced single dad energy, like trying to find himself again, trying to learn how women are again. And like, you know, it was just a lot. But by the end of the evening, I really started liking this guy. I was like, this guy's cool, whatever. We go on a couple more dates, don't sleep together, obviously. Third date, I think I talked about this on last week's episode, so I don't want to bore you with the details again, but basically this was the guy who bamboozled me. He was a trickster. He like set up this whole thing to do a loyalty test on me to see if I'd go out on a date with another guy when he wasn't even my boyfriend yet. We hadn't even fucked. So I failed the test, obviously, whatever. Anyways, after that, I tried giving him another chance because it is adorable to me when somebody just likes me so much that they want to perform a loyalty test. I'm like, you're toxic because you like me so much. I love you, because I'm fucked up. But he was so up and down. Like 1 second he's giving me all of his attention. The next second he's ghosting. And I just got so tired of it. But I still really wanted that penis. So even though I was so over him, the man, he was really just like kind of a dildo at that point. And I guess I could have gone out and bought a dildo, but I can't. I'm not interested in things like that. Just a little vibration, nothing crazy like that. I just can't do that. I just wanted to feel what it was like. I wanted to have that experience. So this is what happened. He starts calling me again. I say, I just want to have sex with you. Just one time. I'm never going to talk to you again afterwards. So he set it up. We met for dinner. He got a hotel. Okay, we're in Boca Raton, Florida. We go to Seasons 52, which is like a restaurant for divorcee dads. On brand for him. We sit at the bar. I swear to God, every single person at the bar is 60 plus, single man by himself. Me, I look like a straight up hooker, okay? Because I decided to wear my shortest dress, look extremely hot, because I'm like, this is it tonight. I'm a hoe tonight. But still in the back of my mind, I thought maybe this is our story. Maybe we get married from this, whatever. It's not like the man's paying me. I want sex from this man, from his penis. If anything, he's the whore. Okay, we meet at Season 52. We get dinner, blah, 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 drinks. He's telling me that he's depressed and all his la, 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 la stuff that's going on. I'm like sitting there listening to him. My mom's still alive at this point. Like, okay, yeah, great. Let me hear about your dog who's sick. I have a fucking mother who's home about to be in fucking hospice. I wanted to kill the man. Let me tell you. This guy really annoyed me too because his dog always had something going on with him. Meanwhile, I'm carrying a caretaker for my mother with cancer. There's so many layers to the reasons why I don't like this guy. I can't even get into it. But all he was to me was a penis at this point. I was like, get on with it with your fucking depression story, okay? Everyone's depressed. I'm sorry. There's a pill for that. Go to therapy. Whatever. We go to the hotel. We're standing there. He pays for it. I thought he would have prepaid. His card declines. How embarrassing. And you know how guys act when things like that happen? They're like, oh, what? I mean, I have to call him. He's like, oh, it must be your machine. Your thing. Me and the lady make eye contact, and we both know. We both know the deal. And I literally said, I'm like, no, I don't think it's a machine. I think it's your card. And the lady was like, I wasn't going to say it. We both knew. And he literally didn't even laugh. Like, he likes a joke, but that was not funny to him. He uses another card. Blah, blah, blah. We get in. I'm like, God, this guy fucking driving a Porsche doesn't. He's like my grandma says. My grandma used to say this all the time. I'd say, Grandma, why do you have the ugliest purse I've ever seen in my life? And she'd say, Alanna, the girl with the no-name purse has all the money in that purse. The woman with the Gucci purse, there's nothing in it. Okay? People who feel like they have to show the money they have don't have anything. People who are modest have everything. Because they don't feel the need to show it. So that's kind of felt like how it was the case with this dude. Like, he's just, whatever. Okay, so here's the thing about me. When I sleep with somebody, I usually fall in love with them immediately. I'm in love. I can't help myself. So I was obviously concerned to fall in love with a large penis, but vacant human. But anyways, I had to do it for science. I did it. And you know what? Large penises aren't what they're cracked up to be. I will tell you, it felt amazing, but the guy didn't really know what to do with it. And I had to fake an orgasm, and it was what it was. Like, he was just like a jackhammer, like, brr, 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 brr. Like, he just enjoyed making me in pain, and I liked it, but like, there was no, Oh my God, leave me alone. There was nothing to it. And the thing is, I didn't fall in love afterwards. Actually, after we had sex, I was so ready to get out of there and I was so done with him. We continued to talk after that. And I stopped talking to him because I did not like the way he communicated with me during the end of my mom's life. He made it all about him. Even on the day my mom died, he was just being so weird and said something like, "You didn't even ask me how my day was." I'm like, "What? Well, did your mom die today? If your mom didn't die, I don't care how your day was. Today is about me and my family. Fuck you. Goodbye." Anyways, he's out. Won't get into that anymore then. It is what it is. He's a psycho, whatever. I'll never have sex with him again. It was a big penis. I had it. I felt it. It was fine. Bye. Don't need it again in my life. So the potato farmer, the other guy in question, went out with him. We had a really great time. Went out with him again. Honestly, super nice dude. Nothing bad to say about him. I don't know that it's for me. We do stay in contact. He's in Idaho right now, farming potatoes, and offered to have me come out, but, never slept with him. I like him as a person. It's nothing crazy, So there's that. I've been on other dates, but I want to really get into the questions that you guys asked me on my Instagram. Let's start with that. Let's go to the questions. Can a man really be friends with someone he has had sex with? I don't think a man can be friends with any woman unless it's his sister or mother. In my experience, I have male friends, don't get me wrong, but every single one of them wants to sleep with me. Period. I mean, think about it. Whether you've slept with them or not, if you're not biologically related to a man, there is some level of something. I mean, at work, you can have work relationships. But for instance, oh my God, even last night I had this dream. I have this one boss. Oh my God, this is so crazy. I had a sex dream about him again. I'm constantly having sex dreams about this guy. I had this boss. He was a mentor to me. Never anything sexual, is married, but there's something very attractive about him to me, even though he's not conventionally attractive. But I found him hot and I have sex dreams about him to this day. To this day, even last night. I haven't worked with him in years. I just think men and women, I don't know. No, I don't think a man can be friends with someone he's had sex with. Absolutely not. No. Okay, next one. You are a gifted, talented cook. You are able to create such great dishes and with such ease. That is so sweet. Thank you. Let me tell you what, I've always been a good cook because when I was growing up, my mom was the worst cook. My family cooks amazing. My mom did not get that gene. She was not like that. So I always had to cook. I was always cooking since a kid. And my cousin Melissa, who's actually a big TikToker and Instagram cook, she taught me a lot of how to cook. My grandma, my aunts, my sister, all very influential with food. But now that I've been cooking every day for the purpose of my page, I've gotten so much better. I feel like with anything that you do consistently a lot, you just get better. But I appreciate that. I love cooking. It brings me peace, happiness. It's just so fun. Okay. We need a deep dive on this cheating fuckboy with a girlfriend. Okay. So let me tell you about that. So the other night, a couple weeks ago, I went on a date with this guy. This man was so handsome, so hot. When we first met, he had a bit of a twitch in his eye. It was really weird. I didn't know where he was looking. Not very good at making eye contact. Initially on this date with this dude, he took me to some Peruvian restaurant, some nice place. I was not really feeling it, but my mom died, I think 5 days before that or a week before that. So I was like, I need an escape. I need to do something fun. So I was like, hey, do you want to come over and eat an edible? Because we were talking about weed. Because neither of us really drink. And he said he does weed. I was like, oh, come over. Let's eat an edible. So he came over. We didn't have sex, obviously, but we made out. This was the mashed potato kisses guy. The kiss was unbelievable. The vibes were immaculate. But the thing is, he came to my mom's house. He came with me to my mom's house. And in my mom's house, there are like flowers, like grievance things everywhere. Things are getting packed up. So what ended up happening is he left. We had a really good night, great date, laughing, mashed potato kisses. He didn't hit me up all day the next day. I was very confused. That's very weird. Didn't even text me like, hey, I got home, had a good night. Nothing. Very strange. So I went on his Instagram. I started looking at his following list. It's not that he follows a bunch of hot ass bitches. No, he's following all these pages that are like how to play the game, how to get girls, how to do this, how to do that. I realized instantly this guy's a player. He's like a player in the game trying to get laid. Okay. I think he took pity on me. He ended up texting me, telling me that he has a girlfriend or whatever it is, and he's sorry for wasting my time. I think that he fully would have played my ass, but because I just lost my mom, I shared all this stuff with him. He's literally, it's one thing to hear it. He saw it. He came to my mom's house and saw everything here. I think he felt bad for me, so he didn't play me because he has no intention of finding a girlfriend or doing anything like that. Proof is in the pudding. It's fucking people he follows. Literally asshole dudes who do reels on Instagram about how to get girls, how to play with their minds. That's what he does to women, and he took pity on me. And you know what? Thank you, sir. Thank you, because he would have had me twisted around his finger. Okay, I would have been his little fucking bitch. He would have said bark, and I would have been like, woof, that he was that hot. So he did me a kindness. Whether he really did have a girlfriend or not, I don't know. I think he just didn't see me as anything serious, is in the game to win with bitches, and he took pity on me. That's pretty much the deep dive on that. What do you think of Gabby Windy? Gabby Windy, she was a former bachelorette. I worked with her she was on, God, whose season was she on? Clayton season. And then she was a bachelorette with Rachel Recchia. I think Gabby is super funny. I have absolutely nothing against Gabby whatsoever. I think she's a cool chick. I think she's doing her thing. She's unapologetic and she's funny as shit. I think she has a very unique personality and a very unique voice. I love her voice. I think she sounds like, God, what's that actress's name she was in Bride of Chucky. Hold on, Bride of Chucky. Jennifer Tilly. She sounds like Jennifer Tilly. I think she should do comedy, honestly. She's really funny. I'm glad she has a podcast. I hope it's doing well. I haven't listened. Love Gabby Windy. No issue with her whatsoever. I think I probably blocked her on social media, but it had absolutely nothing to do with her personally. I just went on a huge blocking spree, when all that drama started happening, and I just was trying to protect my psyche. So I blocked pretty much anyone with a pulse that was connected to the show. But actually, I think she's super cool. Nothing against Gabby Windy. How to deal with an ex that still rants about you on their social media and stalks you. Why are you so obsessed with me? How are they ranting about you on social media? Because for me personally, I rant about so many people on social media that I don't even care about whatsoever. It's just material, comedy, funny. I'm not even connected to them. My question is, are they saying your name? Are they ranting about you and saying your name on social media and calling you out? Because I'd threaten them with a nice C&D, a cease and desist. But, I would just take it as a compliment. Like, you're still in love with me, baby. That's so cute. And if they stalk you, block them. Block. And if they stalk you and you can't block them because you don't know what page they're stalking you from, thanks for the views. They're increasing your algorithm. Who cares? Put them out of your mind. I know with fact and certainty that I have exes that still do that to me, and I have no idea who they are or what their pages are. And I don't care. Whatever. As long as they're not saying your name, who cares if they're ranting about you? Why is it that I know I could do better and shouldn't like this guy, but do? Because you're addicted to the pain. You have to cancel them out of your life. It's very fucking simple. It is so fucking simple. Dating is so simple. It's either they want you or they don't want you. Are you ready to be in a healthy relationship or are you not? If you know that you could do better and they're not doing everything that you need, you're not ready to be in a healthy relationship. Okay, Roland? You're not. Because if you were, you wouldn't be wasting your time with someone who doesn't like you as much as you like them. Don't waste your time. Fuck him. Goodbye. I'm going to tell you something I learned recently, okay? Dating over 30 is different than dating in your early 20s, because dating in your early 20s, men are just trying to figure out how to get their dick wet. They know how to get their dick wet now. It's different. These men are playing games, and you would be a fool not to play them too. Do not give these men this satisfaction, Okay. They want to torment you. Okay. That's why you need to be dating multiple people at once so it doesn't bother you. You need to, after a good date, pretend it never fucking happened. Do not give these men the satisfaction. Why do men lose interest? You're giving them too much. That's probably why. You're probably giving them too much attention, or you're not for them. That's the thing. Just because you go on a date with someone doesn't mean, and it's a good, decent date, doesn't mean you guys are meant to be forever. Don't romanticize every single romantic interaction in your life. Put it to bed. You need to be dating multiple people at the same time. Do not be having sex with all these people. Actually, you shouldn't be having sex with anybody. You shouldn't have sex with someone unless you think this person could go somewhere, because men will lose interest because you're giving them too much. It's very simple. Men are hunters. A guy can say to you, I don't chase. I don't like to chase. I don't like to play games, blah, 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 blah. No, it's their animal instinct. They do want to chase and hunt. They don't want anything that's being made easy for them. You need to make it extremely difficult for them. When you're with a man, you should be bubbly, fun, be yourself, be all the things. When you're not with them, you're gone. Okay? You're out of there. Don't say shit to them unless they're making plans with you. They need to be interacting with you first. Do not go out of your way for any of them. Lana, help. How do I keep using the narcissist without getting triggered? He must suffer. True narcissist, you could never hurt him or her. A true narcissist, there's nothing you can do to get revenge. The best revenge you can do for a narcissist is to ignore them and to not care about them and to genuinely move on, because you will never hurt a narcissist and you will never trigger a narcissist. The way you trigger them, if you even can, a true narcissist, is by not fucking caring about them, not giving them attention. Even doing something to seek revenge will satisfy them. Like, oh, this person's so down bad, they had to go out of their way to do this to try to hurt me. You can't hurt them. They love themselves too much, a true narcissist. There's no point. Move on. That's the best thing you can do. You can't use a narcissist. They're using you, always. How do you handle men ghosting and being a general trash fire? How do I handle men ghosting? It sucks if they do, but men always come back. And if a guy's not giving you attention, he doesn't like you. Move on. There's someone else out there that will. Stop chasing guys that don't want you. Everyone in here, it's over and over again. What is the common denominator in all these questions being asked? You are chasing them. Stop waiting for them. That's why you need to have multiple people in your arsenal talking to. Okay? Because if you don't have other guys giving you attention and you're just seeking attention from one specific person, they're going to feel your energy. Even if you're not texting them, even if you're waiting for them to text, they feel the fact that you want it, because we're all fucking connected on a human level. Stop focusing on one person. And if they ghost you, bye. They're not for you. They're not for you. How do I handle it? Go on a date with somebody else. Go do something for myself. Focus on myself. For real, at what point am I better off alone? You're always better off alone. All of us are better off alone. It is so nice being alone. Think about this. Let me tell you this story. I had this conversation with somebody the other day. So maybe it was a couple months ago. A friend of mine said to me, God, why can't I like anybody? I just go on dates with all these people and I just can't feel a connection to anyone. There's something wrong with me. Why can't I like anyone? And I said, why are you in a rush to like somebody? Don't you remember how that feels? Remember how that feels when you really like somebody and you're like, why aren't they texting me? When am I going to see them again? Who's in a rush to do that? Why are you in a rush to feel that? Enjoy it. Being alone is so great because you don't have someone's annoying ass son driving you crazy. And you know what? When it's meant to be, they won't be driving you crazy. When is it? At what point am I better off being alone? Right now is the point. You're always better off alone. There's nothing wrong with being alone. Be alone until the right person comes into your life. You should always be happy being alone. Once you're happy being alone, when you do meet the right person, It'll be so fucking amazing because you can be alone together. Even when you meet the love of your life, you get married, you have kids, or whatever the fuck happens, you are never with a person forever because one day, no matter what, someone's going to die. Okay? Or God knows what's going to happen in life. That's why you always have to be okay being alone. Always be okay being alone. You have to love yourself. You have to do that. You can't wait for someone else to make your life better. You make your life better. Confidence and health, to be honest. Okay, confidence. People tell me I'm confident all the time to the point where now I'm starting to think maybe I shouldn't be confident. Is there something I shouldn't be confident about? Where to get confidence? That is such a good question. Confidence comes from within. Where I get confidence. So I find confidence in completing tasks and doing things for myself and like looking good. And confidence and health are actually connected. So starting with health, when you eat right, when you drink enough water, when you're getting exercise, these are natural things you can do for your body that will supply you with confidence because you will start feeling good. You need to be drinking water. You need to be working out. Even if I don't fucking like the gym, I hate the gym. I like to live a sedentary life. I do everything within my power not to move. I hate moving. But I take walks, I lift weights, I do things like that. I like to swim. I'm going to start playing pickleball soon. These are things I do to build my confidence because what does working out do? It gives you endorphins. Eating healthy. You have to treat your body like a machine, literally. Like with your computer, okay? You have to like clean your computer. You have to do shit with your appliances to make sure they continue functioning. That is your body. You have to treat your body like a machine. Feed it water, feed it natural things. Look up the diet Whole30. It was like this fad diet, I think, during the pandemic. But Whole30 is how everyone should be eating, not 30 days of the month, but 365 days of the year. We should only be putting things in our body that don't have chemicals and that are natural. We should be eating natural, eating good foods, drinking water. Don't drink alcohol. Alcohol is the worst fucking thing for your body. I try to only drink if I go out on dates, if that. I try not to drink at all because it's so horrible for you. And confidence, you have to like love yourself. I love myself so much. And I think that has a lot to do with my mom boosting me my whole life and telling me how great I was. I mean, she wasn't the perfect best mother on earth, but she did do that for me. And find clothes that are right for your body. Find your makeup routine, your hair routine. I do very specific things before I go out every single time when I get ready because I know what makes me look good. I know what I look good in. You know what I do sometimes? Oh my God. And this gives me a lot of confidence. By myself, okay, I will like seduce myself. All right. I will put on something sexy and I will put on music on my little speaker, my little JBL, and I'll dance in front of the mirror. Drunk in Love, Beyonce. I've been drinking. I've been drinking. I've been thinking. I've been thinking. I'll sing that to myself in the mirror and I'll dance. And then I feel amazing about myself. And then I'm like, oh my God, how can anybody not love me? You just have to think and know that you're the best thing that ever walked on the planet. Okay, here's another big thing for confidence. Do not compare yourself to other people. Comparison is the thief of joy. One thing I don't do on social media is I try not to get lost on other people's pages or other girls. I appreciate other women. I support other women. For me, though, I try not to look at other people's pages that will make me feel bad about myself. Because that happens and they're not doing it on purpose. They're not trying to make you feel bad about yourself, but you have to protect your peace and whatever your triggers are for your confidence, avoid those things. It doesn't mean go unfollow people or friends that might low-key trigger you. Maybe mute their stories, just really be mindful of what triggers you and your insecurities and try to avoid those things. Okay. How to get over fear of rejection and talking to new people. I just started college. Okay. Rejection is a natural part of life. I think working in the television entertainment industry taught me a lot about rejection, because your ideas and decisions constantly get rejected and you have to be completely comfortable with it. You're going to get rejected. Look at it as a favor. They're rejecting you because there's something else better for you out there. There's no way of getting out of rejection in life, and you can't take it personally. Talking to new people. I'm trying to put myself back there. I'm trying to put myself back when I started college and I was making new friends, and when I first moved to LA and made new friends. It's a good question. So when I first moved to California, I didn't know a soul. I had no money. I met my 2 roommates from Craigslist. Thank God I didn't get murdered. And I made friends by going out. I'm trying to, oh my God, I remember this and being so nervous. Oh my God, like making new friends is almost like finding a boyfriend, honestly, because you get nervous and you don't want to say the wrong thing and you want them to like you and, all those things. Like, it's so similar. You just have to be yourself and find people who have similar interests, similar senses of humor, and just take a chance. Okay, I'm going to tell you my story. So I was dating this guy from Florida who also was trying to move out to California. I moved out there first. He came to visit. I went out with him one night and I was dressed in like this corset. I must have been like, 20 something years old. I thought I was the hottest thing on the planet. I was this jealous bitch. There was some girl flirting with him at the bar. And I remember I said to this random girl who was a friend of his friend, this girl who was my age, I said to her, oh my God, I swear to God, if some bitch talks to him, I'm going to slit her motherfucking throat. I'm going to slit her motherfucking throat. She thought I was a lunatic. This is a real ass story. She thought I was crazy. I saw her again. Here's my other advice. Go to things. When people invite you to things, go. Even if you feel uncomfortable, even if you're like, your anxiety is like, oh my God, I don't want to go. I'm not going to know anybody. Just go. So I got invited to this party to watch a fight. I was so nervous to go because I didn't know anybody there except for the person who invited me. I went and that girl was there. So the last time I met her, I had like red lipstick. My hair was all done. I was in a corset. When I showed up to this party, I was in a beanie, regular clothes, just being me. And her and I vibed and we clicked. We talked about tennis. She's like, we should go play tennis together. And I was like, oh my God, I'm so down. We went to go play tennis together that week. And she told me, oh my God, girl, when I met you that night, I thought you were a fucking lunatic. And I was like, this bitch is crazy. But then when you showed up to that party and you were in a beanie and you were dressed down, I was like, oh no, she's actually cool. I was like, yeah, no, I still am a crazy bitch, but I am cool at heart. So my advice would be go to things, put yourself out there, join a club, join something where you'd meet people, like-minded individuals, and just, whatever. Get out there, put yourself out there. If something makes you feel uncomfortable, do it. Okay. I think you first need a recap episode. Go over all the men since living on Orange Grove. Oh God, my old neighbor sent that to me. You're right. I do need a recap episode so bad. I think my next episode might be a recap because I am going to be better about my podcast because I fucking love it. I love doing it. It's so fun, but it's just been so hard to do because of how emotional I have been lately because of my mom. I'm sure you guys understand. So, Hi, Alanna. I love you, babes. So I'm 21 years old. I live in Tarzania. And I met this 32-year-old guy off Hinge who, what does that say? It got cut off. Who, maybe you meant who I love. Okay, 11-year difference. I'm not going to lie, that's a huge age difference and that's a red flag. I was 18 years old and I dated a 30-year-old. And I will tell you, he was my teacher, my high school teacher. We didn't start dating until after I graduated. Okay, I think I probably told this story. Maybe I didn't. If I didn't, let me know. I'll do it another time. But I'll just tell you, I really enjoyed that relationship because he taught me a lot about life. But I will tell you now, as a person in their 30s, if a guy friend of mine, well, as we established earlier, there are no guy friends, but a guy that I know, if he dated a person in their early 20s, I would think there was something wrong with them. I think that's very weird. However, you never know. Love is love. Who knows? I'm not one to judge. As long as he's not pervy, I would ask him his dating history. Does he specifically only date women right out of their teens, like make sure there's nothing wrong with him. Make sure he doesn't have weird young girl kinks, because let me tell you something about 21-year-old girls. Men get older, but they stay the same age. You're going to get older. Is he going to dump you for another 20-year-old bitch when you get older? Find out about his history casually. Make sure he's not a predator. Make sure he's not weird. Okay. But who's to say? Love is love. The next question is asking me about, okay, this has to do with The Bachelor. So you know what? I'm just going to say it today because fuck it. I don't care. My mom died. I have no fucks to give anymore. So Courtney Robertson came on my podcast a while ago. We talked about the show. I mentioned a producer, a top level producer who slept with the Bachelorette. I never said which Bachelorette and who he had wrapped around his finger. I'm going to tell you right now. It was Claire Crawley. That's the Bachelorette who slept with the producer. Okay. I didn't want to say it at the time because she just welcomed home a baby via surrogate. Who cares? I'm not saying this for clout. I'm obviously saying this because I think there's a lot of things that are wrong with that show. After working on it for so long, having so many devastating things happen, firsthand experiencing the effects that not only the show has on the contestants, but also on the people employed on the show and how little they care about their employees. It's all games. It's psychological games through and through from top to bottom. I don't know why I'm even telling you. I just am an open book. And I feel like, why does anyone need to lie? What secrets are you trying to withhold? Yeah, one of the top level executive producers was sleeping with Claire Crawley, if that's how you say her last name, throughout the show. He had her wrapped around his finger. That is probably why he really took a liking to the person I was seeing on the show, because he saw a lot of himself in him. And there were so many instances where I would get reprimanded and in trouble for actions that my ex would do. For instance, one time we were working on Bachelor in Paradise and there was a date that my ex and I were both on, and my ex was inebriated. He was over the top. I was also a little drunk, but I wasn't wasted like he was. And everyone knew on set that my ex had a problem, not just with drinking, but with drugs. And so the next day I get pulled aside by this same producer who slept with Claire Crawley and was told that I need to watch my drinking. Mind you, I would never drink, rarely. Okay. And that I am an influence for my boyfriend and I need to be a better influence on him. I don't remember if I said this, but it's like, hello, you understand that he is an addict. And when someone is an addict, it doesn't matter what people around them are doing. Okay. You can't do anything about it. I got reprimanded and was told I need to be a better influence for him and control his drinking and his drug use as his girlfriend on the show. And that's my responsibility. Interesting. I didn't know somebody's alcoholism is my responsibility as a girlfriend on a show we are both employed on. Completely unfair, completely biased, ridiculous. He never got talked to once, not one time. It was me. I would get pulled aside. Not only that, I was just keeping so many secrets for him and taking so much heat and under so much stress on that show. It's unbelievable when I think back. I remember one time, it was the night before a limo night, and I was having a meltdown, and I don't even take Xanax anymore, but was I on Lexapro at that point? I can't remember. I had Xanax and whatever. He took all my drugs. I had nothing left. And I was under so much stress because we were starting a new season with women. We had all this trauma from the previous season with women when I didn't even know about all the things he had done at that point. I wanted to quit so bad. I did not want to do the season. The only reason I did it is because my ex-boyfriend begged me to do it, said he couldn't do it without me. So I was doing it, and I didn't have a Xanax and I didn't have anything. And I literally said to my boyfriend at the time, I need you to drive me to a hospital right now. I think I need to be checked in for like a psych evaluation. I was so dead ass serious because I was losing my mind because I just had so much trauma from Clayton's season that going into Zach's season, I did not think I could do it again. And I told him, I cannot do this again. The fucking psychological warfare, the shit, the stuff that happens with the girls, and I can't do it again. I can't. And I was losing it. I thought there was something wrong with me. Like, how is everyone else able to do this and I can't? I was fucking losing my mind, hysterical, begging him to take me to the hospital. And he wouldn't. And then I had an appointment to get my prescription refilled the next day after the limo nights. And usually the next day after the limo nights, it's like a dark day. Everyone's resting because, you know, you're up until fucking 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 in the morning. It's like a 24-hour plus day. So I asked if I could take like an hour away to go to the doctor and was told no, for no other reason but spite, because I didn't give enough of a warning. I'm sorry. I didn't know my boyfriend was just going to take all my drugs, and I'm literally on the verge of being checked in, being 5150'd. But okay, he said no, I couldn't go do it. And I had like a mental breakdown. I went up to my boss and was like crying hysterically. And how do I tell them, oh, I need to go to the doctor because my drug addict boyfriend stole all my, who also is employed on this show, stole all my drugs, my prescribed drugs that I have for managing my anxiety in this place that causes my anxiety, where I don't need these drugs when I'm not here. So I'm out of that because he stole it because he's a drug addict. And I didn't know until last minute that he took it. So I need to go to the doctor. How do I say that? And so I did end up confiding in one person I trusted and told him. And he's like, well, you should go tell the big bosses this because right now they're thinking you're slacking on your job. I'm like, you want me to go go rat out my boyfriend, the person I love the most on this planet? I can't do that. I can't. I'm sorry. I can't do it. It was like choosing between love and my passion and my mental health. And it was just such a mind fuck because I couldn't take an hour away from work on a day where you're not even doing anything. It's so ridiculous. The things that happened on that show, I can't even begin to tell you how fucked it is. It is such a patriarchy. It's such bullshit. So is it Claire's fault that she fell for this man? No. He's actually kind of attractive. I had a sex dream about him one time too, in fact. I could see why. But yeah, they were sleeping together. She was a bachelorette. Whatever. Is what it is. It's a fucked up show. It's probably not the only time that happened. Anyways, that's that story. What else are we going to talk about today? I'm going to LA next week for an event that I can't talk about for whatever reason. Thinking about maybe doing a stand-up show while I'm there. I went out on a really great date last weekend on Sunday. He took me by surprise. Now he's not really being that chatty in text. He's playing games with me. And you know what that tells me? Fuck you. I'm done with your ass. I don't care. I am now going to go talk to 10 other dudes. That's your fault. Anyways, that's the episode today. I don't really feel like talking about anything else. I just wanted to get my feet wet. I wanted to answer y'all's questions. I wanted to drop a little bit of tea. And we did that. And I'm going to be back next week. I'm going to be back the week after that. And I'm going to do the damn thing because I love this shit. Maybe I'll get on stage next week and do a show on the mic. Maybe I will. I don't know. I really fucking, from the bottom of my heart, appreciate how many messages and comments and things that you guys have sent me about my mom. This has been really fucking hard. Like, she's gone. Like, my mom is gone. And that's crazy. It's literally crazy. And I feel like I just still feel like in disbelief. Like, I keep forgetting that she died. And I keep like, I'm still sleeping in this house, in her house, and I'll be sleeping and I'll like wake up thinking like, oh, maybe like, did I just hear her wake up? And no, it's a dream and she's not here. She's not here anymore, and that's so crazy, and I miss her so much. It's so shocking. It's so unbelievable.
It's really hard. It's really fucking hard. And that's really all I can say about it right now. I'm just still getting through it. But anyways, if I haven't messaged you back or anything, it's just because sometimes I have, and this goes for my friends too, like sometimes I just have to put my phone on do not disturb and just be alone with myself because this has just been so hard. Anyways, this is Recipe for Crazy. I hope I didn't disappoint. Give me 5 stars. Write me a review. What is life? Life is so fucking short. Like, you have to do the things that are right for you. That's one thing I've learned from this. Like, fuck it. I am totally in the fuck it mentality right now because life is so short. Why waste 1 second being unhappy? Why waste 1 second worrying about why someone's not texting you back? My mom tortured herself her whole life with this one man who treated her like shit. And they will do that and just take the sign early. If someone's treating you how you don't deserve to be treated, goodbye. Goodbye. Here's the thing about men. They really respond to you not liking them. Ignore them. Block them if they're not doing what they need to be doing for you, what you need as a woman or as a man, whatever you are. Say goodbye. And now I'm going to say goodbye. It's been real. I love you. Goodbye.